Hello everybody, BeMetalways here, hope you're all doing well. We are back for another weekly album review. This week I'm reviewing Transatlantic, the Absolute Universe Forevermore, the extended version, released by InsideOut Music on February 5th, 2021. Quick background, if you don't know Transatlantic, they are a super prog group of vocalist, keyboardist Neil Morse, ex-Spock's Beard, of course, guitarist Roy Stolt from the Flower Kings, bassist Pete Teravas from Marillion, and of course, drummer Mike Portnoy, ex-Dream Theater, and 1,205 other bands. They formed in 1999 and released its debut album SMPTE the following year. Sophomore effort Bridge Across Forever followed in 2001, but they disbanded in 2002, and then Transatlantic reunited in 2009, releasing the third album, The Real Wind. The fourth album, Kaleidoscope, was released in 2004. Now, the Absolute Universe was created in two versions. The Absolute Universe, The Breath of Life, it's labeled Abridged Version, and the Absolute Universe Forevermore, it's labeled Extended Version. As Portnoy explains, and I quote, "You must appreciate that what we have done is unique. We revamped the songs to make the two versions different. So, the abridged version is not merely an edited version of the double CD, The Absolute Universe Forevermore, and today I'm reviewing the extended version only, which features 18 songs in 90 minutes, the longest one being The World We Used to Know, which is only 9 minutes long. Of course, the band is known for writing very long songs. However, as it is a concept album, in fact, it's just one giant song split into chapters, and actually some musical themes come back at some moments on the album, and there are even songs labeled Reprise and Prelude. The storyline is about the struggles facing everyone in society today. Musically, you know what to expect here. High-quality prog rock delivered flawlessly by a group of very seasoned prog nerds. On the good sense of the word, of course. This is not a metal album, and you won't find guitar shredding or anything like Portnoy's era with Dream Theater. It's more like a modern sounding version of a classic 70s prog rock. The album starts with Overture, which is an extensive intro. But after that, we get two songs, Heart Like the Whirlwind and Higher Than the Morning. Those two songs clearly exemplify the best of the album has to offer. They focus on melody and catchy vocal lines, most of them sang very beautifully and with emotion. The guitar solos are all also very melodic and emotional. The notes are tastefully enjoyed at each phrase. The sequence of short songs, Swing High, Swing Low, then Bully, then Rainbow Sky, and Looking for the Light, they work very nicely one after the other and reminds me a lot of Beatles' Abbey Road Side B. The CD1 closes with one of the best songs on the album, the 9-minute musical journey, The World We Used to Know. This song features a very cool drum and bass intro, but the whole song is really, really nice. By now, when we finish CD1, we've been through 48 minutes of good music, and yet CD2 brings 9 songs more in 44 minutes. The sum comes up today, kicks things off with a groovy, upbeat tempo, but the vocals don't sound very good. Still, not a bad start at all. The song has a callback to Higher Than the Morning, which is a very nice way to link the two CDs from the start of this second one. Al is a darker song that brings some needed heaviness to the middle of the album. In contrast, Solitude is a mellow and sad song, remind me a lot of Steve Wilson, especially due to the singing style. The last 24 minutes of the album are not successfully keeping my attention all the time, I must say. For example, Belong doesn't add much to what we already heard in the first 68 minutes of the album, and the closer Love Made Away drags us into another 8 minutes at the very end of the album. I personally have had enough by that point. But there are some highlights from the CD too as well. For example, the acoustic Lonesome Rebel. Moreover, I must say that I love the bass sound and the bass lines throughout the album, but especially on Looking for the Light, the reprise. Like in other moments on the album, this song is a very Yes influenced and another heavier moment on the album. This song also blends into The Greatest Story Never Ends, which would be for me a perfect ending for this album. Overall, nice production, clear, well mixed, and dynamic. All musicians, not surprisingly, deliver strong performance. It's no Dream Theater, and I miss a bit of shredding here and there, but very well executed album overall. A disclaimer here before we go on, I am not a huge fan of Neil Morse's music post Spock's Beard. There are albums and moments, of course, that I like, but I'm certainly not an expert of this discography. On the flip side, I remember enjoying Transatlantic last album quite a lot, and this made me excited to come back to them with this album. But I must say that all of those albums and bands, the Morse and Portnoy put together starts to blend in for me. That's me anyways. And the last point is that this two-version confusion is so bizarre and pretentious, life is too short for that. So I stay with just one version. It's cool if you are a diehard fan and you want to consume it all from those guys, no problem with that whatsoever. It's just not for me. That didn't have any implication in my rating for this album because I'm purely judging this version. Now, let me wrap up here today. Apart from the unusual and unnecessary two-album version, there are no surprises here. If you are into Transatlantic or any other Portnoy/Morse projects, you know what to expect and will probably love it. If you are not, this is a lot to take in and should be appreciated with carefulness by those casual listeners. Despite all my criticism and some frustration, I am giving it 81 out of 100, a solid, good album rating. I'm curious if it will stand the test of time and if I will actually get back to it often. Time will tell. For now, enjoy it. Please like, subscribe, and BeMetalways.